Carly, do you want to share it all?
Yeah, I would love to. Good morning, everyone. Um, so I just finished up my first flush actually this past Tuesday on Valentine's Day. Actually, it turned out to be, which was a really nice like self-care ritual for me. Just how it turned out with my schedule. I actually have a helper here that wants to join the table. And I was actually gonna do my flush a couple days before, but I didn't tell you this, Sienna, but I almost I chickened out like the first time because I'm nursing and I just had this wave of emotions of being like, oh no, like I was doing too much reading in the wrong place, to be honest with you. And I got myself a little worked up and I still drank the malic acid or the apple juice for 8 days actually then, because I was going to do it and I took a break. Well, not really a break, but I just didn't do it. And then I just drank the malic acid and I did some more reading on Andrew Morse's website and watched his video. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm totally fine. This is going to be great. My body's going to be able to have better blood, cleaner blood for my baby. And so I was feeling way better after that wave of emotion came through, because I wasn't nervous the entire time. It was just like that day something came through and I was like, no, you need to hold off for a second. So I felt really good going into it. All the prep work was pretty easy and beautiful. My twin sister, Krissa, did it with me. So I felt really strong camaraderie with her. And she actually flushed 2 days after I did just because of her work schedule. And she's not here this morning, but she had a really great time as well. So I didn't have like too many holdbacks. I didn't actually have a lot of symptoms previously either. So I haven't necessarily noticed this huge physical lift of symptoms, but I feel like my energy and my level of irritability or my level of patience has increased by a lot, and I just feel like a calmer person. And the flush itself, like doing it, like felt like the most like liberating and freeing thing that I've done in a while. Like, you know, like you can get that feeling after you get like, I'm gonna talk to these guys though, okay? She's just reading a story, so sorry. But it was a really powerful. Yeah, Hazel, that's little witch's Hazel's tree, okay? I'm gonna talk to these people on the meeting though, okay? So I had a lot of stones come out, a lot of sludge came out. I had lots of good enemas. Hazel was in the bathroom for a couple of my enemas, and so she got to learn about doing enemas. And she's like, I need to clean my liver now too, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, you're a little young, but it was super powerful. And one of the things that happened that I watched a little bit of your videos on afterwards is like I ended up actually did throwing up in the middle of the night a little bit, and it was at 2:30, so I took my mixture at 9, so it was enough time where I know that it made it through. It wasn't immediately or anything, and it was just like a little bit. I got up to go to the bathroom to get my first stones out around 2:30, and I just like didn't even feel nauseous. But when I got to the bathroom, I had to throw up in the garbage can. I was like, okay. And before that, like around probably like 11 o'clock, I was sleeping and I did wake up a little bit, and I felt almost like not this like huge explosion or anything, but this like push out, what I could imagine of being like, oh, this is my bile releasing kind of feeling. And it didn't keep me up. I went back to bed. Hazel still sleeps with me at night, and I was able to nurse her throughout the night during this flush. And it was super beautiful. Like I didn't notice any changes in like my milk production, and that was one thing I was worried about, is if I was going to have to pump, and because that's not really in our regimen is pumping or anything. So she was just still nursing, and I felt really beautiful about it. Didn't have any problems. I kept asking her, I was like, does it taste any different? Does it feel any different? And nothing in my body gave me any signs of like, oh, this wasn't a good thing. And I just feel very ready for my next flush. My stones are pretty large coming out, but my sister's stones coming out were huge. I don't know if she sent you a picture, Sienna, but it was like, I told her, you have to. They were like her last poop, like 2 massive ones, massive. And she was just like, you know, like we were both like almost in tears, because it's not like we have like these huge symptoms, but it's like, how much pain are we saving our future selves by taking care of our bodies before it gets to be like, oh, I'm I'm struggling, you know, like I could definitely use cleaner blood. And so my lymph system can clean itself up and like take care of things on that level. And I'm so grateful for this, Siena, and just to be on this journey. And I know I did flushing with you like 5 years ago, and I just did one flush, and I was definitely not in the same state in my life emotionally or nutritionally. And I just feel like it's been a very powerful experience, and I'm very grateful for your guidance, because I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't in this way. And I'm just, what an answered prayer to just feel like a better version of myself, you know, and I can just like tell that that's like each time is coming. So thank you so much for your guidance. And I don't know with my share if there's like much else. I followed the protocol pretty solidly, like the last women before me. I forgot your name, sorry, but I felt too like I've been eating so clean, and I don't eat like terribly unhealthily otherwise, but like it's been so much easier to just be like, oh, my body is like so much more intuitively eating a lot of fruits. And I was able to add the celery juice in, and that felt like super good. And then a lot of bone broths this week, and just it's been a really beautiful week. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm happy to have shared it with my sister. And my husband Will is flushing this weekend, and I will let you know how he does. He's been taking, yeah, he was gonna flush yesterday too, but he has a work meeting. He just left for, and I was like, I don't think you want to be doing this at the co-op, Will. So thank you for bringing us together as a family in that way too. It feels really good to be like, yeah, we're on this mission. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you, Carly. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. What a beautiful story. And gosh, it really brought tears to my eyes when you were talking about Chris's stones too. And just like that experience has been my experience of just like almost like horror, but like amazement.
Yeah.
Like this was harbored inside of my organ. Like
she showed her son the stones, and she was sitting on a plate, and he's like, Mom, you better break that plate so nobody can ever eat off of it again, you know, because it's like how he was like had that feeling like, oh my God, how awful, Mom, that was in your body. And but he celebrated it with her, to being like, wow, like you got that out, you know. And it was like we cried actually, because for us it's not like these huge emotional symptoms, but it's like some actual like or physical symptoms. It's like a lot of emotional stuff that it's like, what are we angry about, or like what kind of frustrations of the world do we have that we can finally like not carrying our body anymore. So I really thank you for that, to being like, okay, yeah, that stagnation, that buildup is, you know, from the goldfish I ate when I was 3 or whatever, is can be gone, you know. So thank you for, you know, decades worth of work. And it's just the beginning. We have so much more. Like that's what I told Chris. I was like, oh my goodness, is that what my next flush is gonna be like? Like those kind of stones. It was just amazing. So thank you so much. And I really want to say I appreciated that practice this morning very much. As a shiatsu practitioner, like I work on people's meridians all the time, and it's so amazing when we unleash those channels. So thank you for that. That's a little froggy. So thank you, Siena.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, that burden that we carry inside, and just like letting that down. And both you and Krista are really great examples of also like who we're really excited to do this work too, with people who want to actually experience their highest potential. Like I'm not debilitated, I'm not totally sick. I actually like, but what could it look like to be free? What could it look like to be like breaking these chains, you know, that have built up in earlier parts of our life, and also even come before us? We inherit the toxic situations, and you know, your food has been so amazing, but it's like, you know, somewhere in there could have been some things, and we hold trauma there too. And I am just so amazed that what I'm hearing from you is that this experience has been empowering. Like I'm really hearing that like it felt like love, self-love. It feels like hope for a really bright future. And I want that for your whole family. And I love you all so much. And I know that it was a big prayer of yours to get Will some help with his liver, and way to, you know, lead the way and show him that it's possible. That is so
Yeah, it's been good. He's been on a series of enemas too, which has been really freeing for him too. So it's been great.
wow, that really, really warms my heart. Thank you. And I will make sure to set up a time with Krissa that I can hear from her story.
Yeah, she works every Saturday morning, so sorry she knew that this wouldn't line up, but she's like, I'm super dedicated still.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here this morning, Carly.
Yeah, thank you so much for holding this container for us all. It's very potent and I appreciate it so much.
Love you.
Love you.